The scoreline read 7-1, and the entire football world stopped and stared. The last time Germany scored 7 goals at a FIFA World Cup, they did it against Brazil in 2014, in one of the most shocking nights in football history. Now, 12 years later, that scoreline was back, and this is the story of Germany versus Curaçao. To understand this match, you need to understand both sides of this story. Germany, 4-time world champions, are one of the most decorated nations in football history, but their last 2 World Cups had been a disaster. They went out in the group stage in 2018 and again in 2022, marking 2 tournaments with 0 progress for a nation that once dominated the world but had lost its way. The 2026 tournament was supposed to be their redemption. And then there was Curaçao, a tiny Caribbean island with just 150,000 people, a country smaller than a third of Delhi, and a nation that had never, in its entire history, played a single minute of FIFA World Cup football until today. When Curaçao walked out onto the pitch in Houston, they weren't just playing a football match. They were making history simply by being there. From the very first whistle, Germany made their intentions clear with one-touch football as Florian Wirtz danced through the midfield and Jamal Musiala glided past defenders, showing that the German machine was already humming. In just the 6th minute, it produced its first goal when Felix Nmecha received the ball on the edge of the box, took one touch, and rifled a first-time strike into the top right corner. It was 1-0 Germany, prompting Julian Nagelsmann to punch the air on the touchline as the German crowd roared. Curaçao were rocking while Germany kept pressing, as Wirtz fired wide and Leroy Sané cut inside to shoot just off target, while chance after chance came and went. Then, in the 19th minute, everything changed following a German error. Jonathan Tah gave the ball away in his own half, allowing Curaçao to break forward, and the ball fell to a young right back, a 22-year-old Dutch-born defender who plays his club football in Switzerland, named Livano Comenencia. Nobody outside of Curaçao knew that name before this match. Comenencia looked up, struck it with his left foot, and the ball deflected off a German defender before flying past Manuel Neuer into the net to make it 1-1. The crowd in Houston went silent for a moment before the Curaçao fans erupted like they had won the World Cup itself. For a tiny island nation of 150,000 people, this was everything. It was the moment they had dreamed of, as their first ever goal at a FIFA World Cup was scored by the youngest player in their squad on the biggest stage in the world. Livano Comenencia had just etched his name into history, and Curaçao, despite being outplayed for most of the first 20 minutes, were level with one of the most powerful football nations on earth. But Germany had no intention of letting this become a fairy tale ending. In minute 38, a corner on the right saw the ball swung in, allowing Nico Schlotterbeck to rise above everyone and power a header into the net to make it 2-1 Germany. Curaçao kept fighting with brave defending, bodies on the line, goal line blocks, and a shot from Juninho Bacuna that went just wide, proving they were not a team giving up. But in stoppage time of the first half, Felix Nmecha drove into the box and was brought down for a penalty. Kai Havertz stepped up, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, and slotted it into the bottom left corner to make it 3-1 at halftime. The Curaçao players walked off to a standing ovation as the crowd in Houston, even the neutral fans, had fallen in love with this tiny team. The second half began, and just 69 seconds in, Joshua Kimmich threaded a precise pass into the box for Jamal Musiala, who ran onto it and provided a composed, clinical finish to make it 4-1. Germany weren't just winning, they were destroying. In minute 68, a perfectly chipped ball found Nathaniel Brown, Germany's 22-year-old left back, who struck it on the half volley to make it 5-1. Then, substitute Dennis Undav came off the bench and tapped in from close range after a brilliant overlapping run from Kimmich to make it 6-1, and the entire football world started doing the maths. Germany were 1 goal away from 7-1, the same scoreline and the same tournament context as the legendary night when Germany had humiliated Brazil in 2014 and shocked the world. In the 89th minute, Kai Havertz was played through on goal, outpaced the last defender, looked up, and delicately chipped it over the Curaçao goalkeeper to bring the scoreline back to 7-1. The stadium went absolutely wild. But here is the thing about this 7-1 that makes it different from the last one. In 2014, Germany destroyed Brazil, a 5-time world champion and a footballing superpower, making it a humiliation of the highest order. This time, Germany scored 7 against a tiny island nation playing their first ever World Cup match, and Curaçao, despite the scoreline, left Houston with their heads held high. In the 21st minute of their very first World Cup game, a 22-year-old right-back from a country of 150,000 people stood in front of Manuel Neuer, one of the greatest goalkeepers in history, and scored. Livano Comenencia is a name to remember, as he made Curaçao part of World Cup history forever. Germany's redemption journey had begun with 7 goals, 3 points, and a statement to the rest of the tournament. But the story everyone will remember from Houston is not about Germany. It is about a tiny Caribbean island that dared to dream, and for one beautiful, unforgettable moment, they scored at a FIFA World Cup. The 2026 World Cup had just produced its first great underdog story, and it was only getting started.